What is up, my dudes? Alex here, RYT, bringing you a Black Ops 2 zombie detailed breakdown. And I have with me my good friend Kenji.
How's it going, guys?
It's going well, I'll answer for them. And the thing is, we aren't going to just play the trailer and stop it and start. We've got a bunch of screenshots and frames we've analysed, and we're just going to go from there, guys. So we're just going to kick it off with the first screenshot, and as you can see, it's the bus pulled into a bus station.
Yeah.
And we have reason to believe
that this is the start. This is where it begins.
Yeah, because there's no one on the bus, and if you saw the trailer, we'll also put like a little bit of a starting clip in here. The bus is travelling, it stops at this location, you probably start here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should...
Sorry, Kench.
No worries, man. But it's it seems a lot different. Like they said, Zombies is going to be actually a campaign mode now as well. So obviously the bus is going to be you travelling through the campaign and progressing, which...
Yeah, it's a journey almost. And just to point out small details as well, if you see on top of the shop, guys, I believe that says sickle. So I can only imagine the sickle is returning, which I cannot be more happy about, because that's my favourite weapon in the
Yeah,
zombies.
It was pretty good.
It's awesome. And also, we've managed to still it at the point where it flashes into US, because it keeps flashing from bus to US. So hopefully it is set in the US, because it does look like a very southern, dense setting location.
Yeah, South America, definitely, I would agree with that.
Yeah, so it's US for US, United States. But we're still not sure. We think it's set a little bit in the future, but we're not sure if it's set quite as far ahead. So,
yeah, it seems like it's been abandoned. Well, obviously it's been abandoned because of the state of it, but it's like it's not futuristic, but it's old, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. We'll come to more detail that we've got more information to back us up. We'll just skip to the next screenshot, and here, this is quite a weird one we've found. It says BS term, okay? And the BS term is bullshit.
Yeah.
And we thought, treyarch, they're quite funny, really. They are quite a funny sort of developing company. And a bullshit term, we were thinking, well, what could that stand for? What could that mean? And then we thought, maybe there was a cover-up of some kind on this, what seems to appear mountain/volcano, and we had ideas that maybe there was a facility and they had a cover-up, a bullshit. They bullshitted basically about it, and we
made a volcano.
Yeah, made a volcano and set it off.
Because it definitely looks like there's like ash in the sky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like lava parts with ash and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll just jump to the next screenshot now, and here we see the first zombie, and he has a strain jacket on, which obviously relates to asylums or patients or testing of some kind.
Yeah, definitely, like abandoned hospitals, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, and that's also relates to other Call of Duties or other zombies in the previous COD. You had Verrückt, you had asylum patients. In Der Riese, there was experimenting the factory. There's all been experimented. I think it's following that theme of it.
Yeah.
And we'll just jump to the next one. Guys, you can see the blue eyes. We strongly believe power and lightning are related in this one, as the power was already on when the bus pulled into the station. So I think maybe we won't have to search that power anymore.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, you can notice the volcano in the background. So
yeah, like an eruption or lava spew or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And we'll just jump to the next one, guys. It's just this is just a little quick screenshot of zombies swarming the bus. So I'm not sure, say you start in the bus station, and like Moon, it sort of gives you a little countdown, and you've got a certain amount of time to get to the teleporter or bus in this case, and then the bus will then take you to your next destination.
That is quite a lot of zombies though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean really. It's a lot of zombies for round one.
Like, so do you think you're going to start with a pistol straight away, or...?
Yeah, I think you start with a pistol. Maybe there's options by the Olympia or something in that station. Maybe even a perk. Who knows?
Yeah, brilliant.
And then it's countdown. Say 12 seconds. Say to the bus pulls into the station. The bus pulls in. All these zombies come chasing after it. You've got to get in that bus. Maybe there'll be like challenges, leaderboards for whoever can last the longest without getting in the bus.
Yes.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And that's our general thoughts behind that, guys. Next, you could just see the Olympia, so just confirm that the Olympia is again
Definitely coming back, yeah.
And again, it's a starting weapon. We thought, and that
if you look around in the bus there as well, you can't really see like anything that's inside, like any weapons or anything like that. So obviously, you can't actually buy ammo while you're on the bus.
Yeah, so that's relates to our idea before that you've got to stock up while you can in that station, make a dash for it, get on that bus, get to your next location.
Go, yeah.
Next one, guys, is this is just the attachments.
Flashlight. But it also looks a bit like a FAMAS.
Yeah, Kench pointed out it looks a bit like a FAMAS. I don't know if that's just treyarch doing its new sort of style of weapons, but it does look very FAMASy. And also you'll notice the flashlight torch on it. I'm not sure if it just comes with that standard, but that'd be quite weird, or maybe every gun comes with a flashlight, but we were thinking maybe attachments of some kind. And this is where we want to start talking about the characters, guys. If you see here, this is let's say the first character. He is a glasses mustache dude, is the best way we can explain him. We don't really know his backstory. He may have a troublesome childhood, we're not too sure. Maybe he's Breaking Bad and sells meth, but at the moment he's fighting zombies. And he is our first character. We jump to the next frame, and that is the woman. And Kench pointed out she's very hillbilly.
Yeah, she's wearing,
not a lot really for zombie fighting.
No, she's not wearing a lot.
No, you kind of want to dress warm as well for a zombie apocalypse.
You see that bench there? Under his leg, does that look like a number 4?
Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it? I see where you're sort of pointing there, Kench.
Is that like the beginning of a number 4, or am I just being a bit...
I don't know if you're crazy, or you just falling in love. So that's character number 2. Character number 3 is this. I thought it looked like a doctor. That was my main sort of presumption. Some kind of like guy that maybe has been following these zombie reports and looking into it. But Kench pointed out it could be a reporter.
Yeah. It looks like he's got a shotgun as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a shotgun, isn't it? He's got a pocket protector for his pens as well, so he's pretty classy. And what you notice here is a shot of all 4 characters. Throughout this whole trailer, guys, you will not see one face shot of the character on the left, which we believe will be you, the playable character.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit suspicious. Like, you don't even see the girl's face, do you? You just see her hat over her eyes.
Yeah, but it's all they're very detailed, if you know what I mean. They have quite big parts. Like the girl has her own little clip where she goes and kills a few zombies, and towards at the very end frame as well, she has her own moment. This doctor / reporter is constantly having close-ups, and this mustache dude is having little close-ups. The other guy not even mentioned.
Yeah, what about the person with his back to us?
Yeah, that's the mustache dude.
Oh, that is Mustache Man.
That's Mustache Man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll just jump to the next screenshot, guys. Hopefully you've just seen the tunnel clip, and there's not a lot we can analyse from that, apart from obviously you drive through a tunnel and there's rubble, so obviously there's been some kind of natural disaster or bullshit, as we would say, or a cover-up. And that tunnel, we think, obviously you get on the bus, you drive through that tunnel, and then it takes you to this first location with the crossbones.
I think that's the second location, actually, Alex, because if you notice to the left of that, can you see that sort of tunnel? Yeah,
that's the tunnel that they drive through.
Is that driving through? I'm guessing that the bones is maybe the first. Then you go through the tunnel, or
no, it's coming from the tunnel into the bones.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, but it just shows that
the progression.
The progression of the map. Well, obviously you're travelling along this dotted line, and the different badges are obviously the different the bus drop-offs, aren't they?
Yeah, exactamundo. And that's like the badges. And if you notice about the badges, it starts off very basic with the crossbones. And then we'll see the progression in a minute.
And you can still see the lava running through.
Yeah, exactly. You just see it's all volcano-y and just everywhere. And we'll just jump to the next one. And this was, obviously it says die and eat brains, blah, 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 that sort of zombie stuff. But our main focus was the mystery box.
Yeah, the blue light in the background.
When we saw that, me and Kench were like, oh my god!
It's back, Alex, it's back!
Yeah! Now, obviously, there's a mystery box at the first location. Hopefully, we won't have the teddy bear to deal with, because they seem pretty small, these locations. So I don't really see how teddy bear's gonna move it around.
Do you think there'll be a box at each location, or do you think there'll be multiple boxes?
I think there's going to be multiple boxes. There's another ray of light, but maybe it moves when you move.
Yeah, hopefully.
And maybe, if you go to the next screenshot, you see like this sign, and it has a skull on it. And this will actually relate to the next emblem you're about to see, guys, which will be in a few frames. But just remember that sign there. And if we go to the next frame, you can see the red truck. Now, we probably sound really crazy now pointing this out, but this will appear throughout the trailer, and we believe it's a massive part of the campaign.
Yeah, this red truck is a bit weird. It just seems to appear everywhere. We don't understand why.
Or the progression of these players. And then we should jump to the next one. This is really random, but I wanted to point it out. If you see on the wall, guys, there's a clock in the diner, and it says 8:10, or 10 to 9, 8:10, 8:50, wherever you're from. And basically 8 is 20 and 10 is 10. We've established 10 is 10, and 2010 is when the first Black Ops come out.
Yeah, so just a little something to show where they've come from and how much they've progressed over the time, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe these dudes were making the controlling the trailer and making it at 10 to 9, and it's just a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences.
But as well, if you look out the window as well there, guess what it is? It's the red truck.
I kind of feel we should have like a noise in the background now, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And this next shot, guys, is just of this reporter / doctor. He's a really multitasking sort of guy. He's a man of all trades.
Yeah.
Doctor / reporter. And he's wielding in his arms a FAL. Now, that could be something else, but to me,
like a FAL,
yeah, and if you watch the whole shot, it doesn't really look a FAL there, but it does in the whole shot. Maybe they have brought a few weapons back from the old Black Ops, and this is what sort of Kench was saying earlier about this place being abandoned. Maybe there still a few weapons left there.
Yeah, as well, you can see the bus in the background as well, so obviously they've just got off the bus and done this area.
Yeah, exactly. Next screenshot is just someone in the diner with looks to be a pretty nice weapon, and Speed Cola in the background. Speed Cola is making a return, and the perk machines are staying the same, and they're keeping that classic look,
which I think is pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, they've got to keep some old, definitely.
Yeah.
And we'll jump to the next one, guys. And here you see a patient zombie, and that's what we were saying about maybe there was a facility of testing, of examining, of some kind of zombie experiments, like all previous ones really, and this just sort of backs it up.
Yeah, as well, you can see like some sort of workbench, and there's something glowing on the wall. I don't know if you guys can see that, but maybe that's like some sort of weapon modification where you can add weapon attachments, change your weapon, change power maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, which relates back to that famous torch gun.
Yeah.
And also, that could be a perk, we're not quite sure, but we're pretty sure it's a workbench of some kind.
It definitely does look like a wooden bench, doesn't it, that you're working on.
And then our next screenshot backs it up, because if you see this door here, the door has stuff around it, spray, maybe glue. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever played Dead Rising 2. But
yeah, because you had the benches there, and that's when you like strapped all the stuff together, wasn't it?
Exactly. You'd have like the double chainsaw, like paddle gun. It was amazing. And maybe they'd implement that kind of feature into it.
Yeah, which would be really good.
That'd be amazing. And also in the background, guys, you can see the mystery box again. So the mystery box is obviously at its location. And going to the next one, we just see, you're probably thinking, what does this mean? But if you see here, it says open 24/7 or whatever, but highlighted is PE2. And it flickers between open 24/7 and PE2.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what PE2 meant, but we had a wild guess, and we kind of come to the conclusion that it was like the Wonder Waffle was like the DG 2, or the DG something. So maybe the new weapon would be the PE something
2, yeah,
of some kind. Also,
and also it's got dying up there as well again.
Yeah, for the eat num nums.
Num nums.
And also See the mystery box in the background.
And also the red truck again.
The red truck. But that in this scene, you can see the red truck has a cargo unit on it.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind, guys. Bear that in mind. Okay, we're just going to jump to the next one, which is of the next emblem, the next location. And if you remember, we pointed out that sign with that skull on it. That skull is then linked, so it's kind of each location is relating to the next one, if that makes sense.
If you notice behind the badge as well, it looks a bit like a gravestone.
Yeah, like a tombstone almost.
Yeah, so maybe like maybe it's a village that you're actually progressing around.
Yeah, maybe
different stop-offs are the different parts of the village.
Yeah, exactly, Kench, exactly. Maybe we're just kind of blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there, mate. And the next one, obviously, we just see the reporter doctor just backing up our point about this, the actual close-ups of him, how he's going to be a main character, we reckon.
Yeah. What's that on his? What would you say that's on his wrist?
I'm going to say it's a Casio watch to poor ladies, because bitches love the timekeepers. But honestly, it looks like a pretty complex watch of some kind. I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a device. Next one, you're probably thinking, well, this is just some zombie getting his head blown off. And there's two things I want to point out. One, the flashlight on the end of the barrel.
Yeah.
The attachment. And two, if you see the farmhouse in the background, sort of to the left, you can see there's like a figure in that blown away portion of the farmhouse. That this will make sense in the next shot, because then we have the woman not wearing her cap this time. Maybe the sun's gone down. I'm not quite sure why the reason for that, you know. But she's then standing in that blown away portion of the farmhouse, covering the guy, and there's a max ammo spawned.
Yeah, so definitely that's come back.
Yeah, and hopefully insta kill and the nuke will return as well.
Mm.
Going to the next one, we see the truck.
Yeah, that's just magically got there. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's just.
Or was that?
Oh no, that's there, but as it's panned, it's up there.
Yeah. That's what you mean.
Also, cargo's missing. Remember that, guys. Remember the cargo's missing. And guess what is also in the background? The barn.
Mm.
Remember the barn. Because if we go to the next shot, cargo is then unloaded into the barn, which must be some kind of mission.
Yeah.
And because I'm a superstitious sort of guy, I'm thinking zombies, cargo, what would be in the cargo, thinking back to Shinonuma, Element 115.
Yeah, definitely.
If we go back to the next one, I kind of was telling Kench about this, and I said I may be crazy. I may just be crazy. But if you can make out the shape in the boxes, there's a single box 1, another single box 1, and then a box that looks to be like a bunch of boxes that have like spelt like 5, so it'd be 115.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that.
Little one for you. So element 115 in the storage boxes. Maybe that's what they're containing. Maybe not. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that's what the facility's been using. We just don't know, guys. But there are theories behind it. Next one is of the new badge, and it obviously has a knife through it, which is just charming.
Do you know what I've just picked up?
What's that, mate?
Do you know when you choose your campaign difficulties?
Yeah.
And regular just has 2 bones.
Yeah.
Normal has a skull.
Veteran, no.
Hardened has a knife with a skull.
And then
like maybe, so obviously when you get through it's going to get harder, but maybe like it's going to get veteran harder, like, you know, you walk out and you're dead.
Exactly. So I think that's a really good one, mate, because I think each location is obviously going to get harder because you're working towards this final location.
Yeah.
We'll just jump to the next screenshot, and here you see 2 people holding what looks to be zombie shields, we'll call them. But if you notice, they are in fact car doors
with ladders on them.
Ladders strapped to it. Which then relates back to the workbench.
Yeah.
So maybe you can create your own door / shields. You know, pretty cool. And these zombies can jump. Let me tell you that, they can jump. They're just like, you probably see a zombie on the other side. You're like, yeah, I'm cool, and then whoa,
in your face,
I'm here. So that's something to look out for. Next is just like an action shot of the shield, but the next shot is a very important one. I'll explain the first little bit, and then Kench wants to explain the second little bit. The first bit, bottom left hand corner, what's crashed into the factory? Lo and behold, the red truck.
Lovely old red truck as well, guys. You can see it looks like some sort of generator.
Yeah,
So maybe this is where you can turn like a second power on as opposed to like to power this facility.
yeah, to get more perks or something.
And I don't know if this is just me, but on the like there's two generators there, and on the right one it looks like a perk box, a perk machine.
Yeah, or
So maybe
even in the bottom right hand corner there looks to be like a square sort of rounded red thing.
yeah, I
Maybe
can
that's
see that.
juggernaut of some kind, who
Yeah.
knows, because obviously of the perks, we're not sure if they're set in locations, but it would make sense for the more difficult one to have juggernaut at it.
Yeah, definitely.
That would make sense. So we're just going to jump to the next one, and there's just a close up of the door shield.
That looks like is that a different door? No, it's not a different door, is it?
That's the door in the workshop, but that's got to be a ladder, hasn't it? It's got to be a ladder strapped onto it.
Yeah.
And then you see to the right of him is that fourth character, that mystery character, but his face is again concealed.
Covered, yeah.
It's so annoying. I want to know where he is. The next shot, guys, is basically one that we weren't quite sure on, but in the background you can see the light shine on a blue. We're not sure if it's like a pinboard with like a poster or blueprints or instructions on it, but I think that relates to how you get to the next location.
Yeah, and this red ladder thing that's in front of his gun, that I think that's actually the shield that he's made.
Yeah, so maybe you could like plant it down like Gears of War sort of style, and then
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
above
yeah.
it.
What sort of gun do you think that is? That looks a bit like an MP5, to be honest.
Yeah, or like a 74U with that little.
Yeah,
Definitely something like that. Okay, so we'll just skip ahead to the next shot, guys, and there's a teleporting zombie, what looks like, or a lightning bolt hit it, or power surge, because obviously Kench was explaining about the generators being on the floor. There's been a power surge of some kind, it's hit a zombie, and well, this then jumps into the next shot of a big storm sort of happening. It's all sort of mood setting, it's all sort of eerie.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then we jump to the bus again, and Kench wants to explain this a little bit because it is his amazing discovery about the
On the license plate, it actually says XP 79. At first, me and Al thought this might have been something to do with like COD Elite, where they do their XP events or anything like that. But gold's atomic number is actually 79, so maybe like gold XP. But as well, this is a really, really far-fetched idea, but power was said 72 times in the Old Testament. So maybe like XP power.
Yeah, it was said 79 times, so like maybe that relates to the power of the electricity and the zombies. And we know it's a far sort of fetched idea, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Definitely be cool.
Definitely be cool. We're just gonna jump to the next shot, guys, and this is, you see this main zombie. He's obviously hasn't got much of a dental plan, but his eyes are like super bright blue.
Yeah.
And then the next one is just him, say it's like he's transforming or exploding or mutating into something else with so much power, and that's what relates to the 79, the power. And he then transforms into this dude.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the trailer, he walks in a very human-like fashion, so we can only presume that he's a boss of some kind. Very much like George Romero from Call of the Dead.
Yeah.
He does look very familiar, you know, that sort of style of it. So,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So just next one, guys, is really just zombies attacking the bus, just to show that the bus. This seems like a
Yeah, you're still going to get attacked while you're on the bus, like while you're moving from place to place.
Yeah, exactly.
Still got the zombies out, so there's no time to break. There's no time to sit there and have a breather. Like they're always going to be on you.
Exactly, they can be coming from everywhere. And we just want to point out, guys, whereas before there's been like almost a fast travel from location to location, it's just sort of like cut to each location. This one, the travel between this location, I don't know if it'll be for everyone, but they've made a point about you have to defend the bus. The bus travels along and you have to defend it.
Yeah.
And you'll just see on the reporter/doctor's gun, there is a lightning bolt that says 200.
Yeah.
And Kent was actually saying about the upgrading it, and I think he'll probably explain that now. He's steering behind it.
Yeah, so maybe like you can upgrade your guns. So instead of firing actual bullets, they maybe fire electricity. They're electricity guns. So instead of using actual ammo, they use power,
Yeah,
which would relate obviously with the license plate. It might be a bit far fetched, but it's a bit weird that it's on there. Like it doesn't belong on that sort of gun, if you know what I mean. It looks a bit like an ACR as well, to be honest.
yeah, it just looks like all sort of. We know they're going to be futuristic, the guns, but obviously there'll be some kind of upgrade feature. There always has been in zombies, so we want to keep our options open. And the next one, guys, is obviously zombies just breaking into the bus, just to show that they can get in the bus, so you have to defend it. It's not just like you're protected, like Kent was saying, that there's ammo in there, it's all safe and safe, and that it's more, you need to be on your toes, because you can't have time to put a brew on and just chill. You're gonna have to be on your feet. And this is just basically, the next shot is just the woman climbing up onto the bus to show you interchangeable features and positions of the bus. It's a very diverse bus, you know.
Yeah, which shows obviously you can defend it from the top as well. But do you think you'll be able to defend it from the top the whole way, or do you think it's just when you start progressing more further, the zombies become obviously more ferocious and they climb on top of the bus as well? So that means you've got to go up there at a later stage.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But at the start of the video, you can see that this is really weird that I know this, but the smash glass on the roof isn't smashed.
Yeah.
And if you go to a few shots back, you can actually see that the glass is intact. Well, no, the glass is removed from the bus, and the ladder has disappeared. So maybe the ladder's been taken to make the shield, the glass has been removed, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Next one is just obviously the woman or whoever firing what looks to be like a scar at some zombies, and there's a cliff ravine in the background. Not really anything major happening here, but we just want to point out that you can defend the bus from the roof. Moving on swiftly to the next emblem is the skull / akimbo. And
or veteran.
Yeah, like Kent was saying, veteran. It's the next stage, and also there's like spikes behind this badge as well. So it's like a 10th prestige, you remember?
Yeah.
Always used to have like there's a little bit extra. And also, guys, before we just move on, I want to point out something quickly. That this doesn't look like the end location to me. It looks like there's more to come. And if you just jump to the next one, a close-up, it looks either like a really big asylum or base or facility. It looks something big.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
It's not something small.
Yeah.
Next one is just a town shot, guys. Kent actually thought that says rank, and we decided it was bank, but the whole rank bank sort of thing,
Bit of a play on words. Yeah,
a bit of play on words. Maybe you've got ranks, you can unlock certain things, the power,
and also you can see in the background the red truck again.
Yep. So that red truck is either a stalker or it's something to do with the campaign. But the zombies are on fire, the traffic light does flash in the trailer, there's a lot going on. And in this next shot, guys, we couldn't really make out what that...
Neon green light, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing we did manage to point out was the skull and knife being crossed out in this next one, guys. And in sort of on the wall there. And that relates to the emblem beforehand. So if I just get the emblem beforehand up, you can see it's the same one. So each stage relates to the last one. So maybe it's all crossing out saying we've gone further. No, say hardened guys here. It's all veteran.
Yeah, definitely.
If you know what I'm saying. Next one, guys, just a close up of the guy. Then an overshot of the town, which just looks fun.
Yeah, like this volcano has destroyed this place.
And it was like relating to the first sort of few shots of the zombies. They're just swarming like crazy.
Yeah, it must get really, really hard.
Yeah, and they seem to be setting on fire by the lava. It just, you think.
I wonder if the lava hurts them as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That, but it seems manic. Maybe cinema and McDonald's would have been a better option for them for a Saturday night out than this, but they decided to go hardcore.
Yeah, definitely.
The last few shots, though, guys, it sort of goes black, and then we come to this one of some big jugular hillbilly lady driving what looks to be a motorbike hover vehicle of some kind. And Kench made a really, really good sort of pointing out about the Wonder Waffle. Do you want to sort of explain it, Kench?
Yeah, maybe like what she's holding is she's supporting it with her left hand, and then the right hand there where it's got like some sort of trigger. Maybe this is actually the new Wonder Waffle.
Yeah, or maybe
It's a vehicle.
yeah, a
Because
vehicle.
RPM revs per minute.
Yeah, we sort of kind of think it's a vehicle of some kind that maybe the Wonder Waffle has been developed on. So yeah,
A vehicle, yeah.
that's it really, guys. The trailer sort of ends there, but a lot happens. A lot does happen, and I hope we've managed to point out some details and sort of build up the story for you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of detail in a very short video. It's
a lot to take in.
yeah, Treyarch do love doing that, don't they?
They love it, man. They love it. But basically, guys, to sum it up, this is our theory. There was a mountain volcano kind of thing, and there was a town of some kind around it, happy, peaceful, this, that and the other, and then this element was brought in of some kind
To test, yeah.
the facility was overrun. Maybe it was covered up as an asylum, who knows. Got overrun, everyone's gone, it's kind of been deserted for a while now. These guys have come in, a volcano's tried to destroy the facility as the cover up, and that's what we're kind of going for, guys.
Yeah, so I think that's it, to be honest. That is the zombie campaign.
I hope that's helped you guys. That's been the breakdown with Watty and Kenji. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave any comments and ideas in the section below, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.